Hello and welcome to O Institute. Today we are going to be continuing the chapter Integer of class 7. In the earlier videos we discussed the introduction of the chapter and properties of addition and subtraction of integers and additive identity. In this video we are going to be covering multiplication of integers. In the next videos of the same we are going to be covering properties of multiplication of integers, making multiplication easier, division of integers and properties of division of integers. Before starting the video, please like and subscribe my channel so that you can get the notifications of my upcoming videos. So let's begin. Before starting this, we need to know these four key concepts. We always need to remember that when we multiply a positive number to a positive number, we get a positive number. When we multiply a positive number to a negative number, we get a negative number. When we multiply a negative number to a positive number, we get a negative number. And when we multiply a negative number to a negative number, we get a positive number. We would be using this concept many times in this video and the upcoming parts of the video. So stay tuned. I request you all to please pause the video and um, learn all these four key concepts. If it is done, so let us continue forward. So now we have learned this. Now we can answer. Now we can prove the multiplication of a positive number and a negative integer, and a positive multiplication of two negative integers, and multiplication of three or more negative. Let's first cover multiplication of a positive and a negative integer. When we multiply a positive and a negative integer, the result will be negative. Result will be negative in nature. As discussed above, when we multiplied a positive integer to a negative integer, the result was negative. And the same happens when we multiply a negative integer to a positive integer. It is just reversed, nothing else is changed. So we can say that let's take an example. Let's multiply -1 to +13. When we multiply -1 to +13, minus and this is plus, so minus and plus will become minus, so we will put minus before our answer. Then we will write the answer, we will multiply these two numbers as whole numbers. So 1 into 13 is 13, so we get the answer as -13. Let's take another example. Let's multiply -4 to +6. So we know minus and plus becomes minus, and we multiply 6 and 4 as whole numbers, so we get 24. So the result is -24, and this is the correct answer. So in simple words, we can say that if we multiply a to minus b, it will be equal to -b into a, which will be equal to minus a into b, as discussed above. So we get to know the following equation. Not equation. We get to know the following sequence. So now we know when we multiply a positive and an integer to a negative integer. So let's do this now. So now we need to multiply two negative integers. In the above, we learned that when we multiply a negative integer to a negative integer, the result is positive. So if you have learned it thoroughly, you would get to know. So if you have gotten the answer, let us discuss the answers to these questions. So we know that minus into minus becomes plus, as we learned above. So we will write plus above on our own, and we will multiply 5 into 8 inside the brackets, so we will get 40. And the answer will be plus 40. Let us do the same for minus 3 into minus 4. Minus and minus will become plus, and we will multiply 3 and 4 as it is as whole numbers, and the answer will come 12, and the answer is 12. Now let us do the same for minus 21 into minus 1. We know that minus minus becomes plus, 21 into 1 becomes 21, and the answer is plus 21. So now we know how to multiply a positive and a negative integer, and how to multiply two negative integers. So let us now know how to multiply 3 or more negative integers. So first let us solve these questions. We have negative numbers and we have to multiply them all. So let's do this step by step. Minus into minus becomes plus, minus into minus becomes plus, and minus into minus becomes plus, and plus into plus becomes plus, and plus into plus becomes plus, and these two pluses and these two pluses will become a plus. So we will get a positive integer. Now let us do the same for this. Minus into minus will become plus, minus into minus will become plus, and minus will remain minus. Plus into plus becomes plus, and this will remain minus, and plus into minus will become minus. So if you notice this, that if we multiply a negative integer odd number of times, we get the answer as a negative integer. But if we multiply a negative number even number of time, we get a positive integer. Let's take some examples and do this. Minus 1 into minus 2 into minus 3. So first we multiply minus, and we know that if we multiply a negative integer three times, the result will be negative in nature. So we write a negative sign before, and then we multiply this as whole numbers. 1 into 2 becomes 2, and 2 into 3 becomes 6. So the result is minus 6. Let us take another example. Minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 3. So we know that if we multiply a negative integer even number of times, the result will be positive in nature. And now we will multiply these numbers as whole numbers. 2 into 2 becomes 4, 4 into 2 becomes 8, and 8 into 3 becomes 24. The answer is plus 24. So now we know how to multiply 3 or more negative integers, how to multiply two negative integers, and how to multiply a positive and negative integer, and this has a simple form. So this was all for this video. Stay tuned until the next one.